Here we go. Been a while since I made one of these here videos. As you can see here in the video, I'm sitting in my garage. Hopefully my heater here isn't too hot, too loud for you. A little too damn chilly to be sitting in this garage without a heater. Reason for the video, we're about, Wednesday the 13th, January. The end of December. Last couple days of the month there in December of 2020. Our two-year anniversary for our running our own MC was up. I've been meaning to make a video on that for a week or so now, so here it is. It's been a hell of a ride. Excuse me. We had some ups and downs over the last 2 years. It was kind of shaky every now and again. Well, this last year here, with that damn COVID, we run a reefer, so it hasn't been too awful bad. Sometimes the rates aren't all that good, but in past videos I talked about direct hauls. We had a direct haul. It really wasn't working out because we had to have drop trailer over there, and when we accepted a load, we'd have to go over a drop or trailer, and then we'd be down for a couple days, and it just got to be such a pain in the butt. We really don't use them. We could probably afford to buy another trailer now and keep it there, and it'd be a little better. But we've got another direct haul, which I think I discussed in a video. A little better. We know this week for the load next week. So we've already got, she just signed the rate con for a load we're going to be picking up on Saturday, delivering on Monday. And besides, that other direct haul, we was only going to get like $2.25 a mile plus fuel surcharge. And this one here works out to almost $3 a mile, just all in. Without our deadhead included in there, because we got to drive about 3 hours. If we're at the house, we got to drive about 3 hours to go pick that load up. So I'm not, without running the numbers, I probably should have ran the numbers so I could give them to you, but it's still well over $2 a mile for that run, and we ain't doing too awful bad. Granted, we've only been running our own numbers for 2 years, but year after year after year, our gross revenue grows. It keeps growing. $3,000 to $5,000 a year gross. It considerably went up from we was leased on to a company for mileage pay. It considerably went up because we went over to F2F transport. It was an 80-20 split. It didn't grow considerably. Our first year on our own authority versus when we was leased to F2F. It did grow, but as far as our net, because over at F2F we wasn't paying for our own cargo and everything. It was a part of that 20%. But with that said, we still did grow as far as our gross income. So anybody that is out there, you know, they're in the so-called owner-operator game, you're going to be a lot better off if you lease onto a company that, one, you can kind of book your own freight, and two, it's more of a percentage split, kind of that 80-20 deal. That F2F, that was a pretty dang good deal. We booked our own freight. We negotiated the rates. F2F kind of did all your back office stuff, your field reporting, all that good stuff. And with a company like F2F, you can bring your own plates, your truck plates. Now, if you got your own trailer, you have to plate that trailer yourself, which is fine. They, like an F2F deal, they're more of a flatbed van type deal. So if you don't have your own trailer, you'll either have to rent or lease a van or a flatter drop deck. I think shortly after I left, they started getting drop decks in. Excuse me. But we've been kind of up and down. Maintenance. We've got a 2015, and we put 15 cents a mile back, and we don't distinguish between loaded and empty miles when we're putting that 15 cents back. Every mile that we run on a certain load, when we get that money, we put that 15 cents back into our savings, into our business savings. And then we also don't distinguish whether it's our direct haul or it's a broker load. On all our broker loads, we factor those, and then our direct haul, it's a direct haul and it's a direct pay. Excuse me. For example, the whole last quarter of 20, we hauled outbound for our direct haul. We had one load in September, which would have been the third quarter. But with that said, we put an extra $770 some dollars in our pocket. Actually, it was a little more than that, because when you do your factoring, when you get that money, they charge you these fees, ACH fees, FTTP, whatever those damn fees are. Like with OCC, which we're not knocking OCC, they're a pretty decent company to be working with as far as the factoring company goes. 2.5%, as far as the factoring company goes, 2.5% is the fee that you never see again. and then 7.5% goes into reserves. I'm assuming because, you know, if they don't get paid or there's a claim or what have you, that reserves money will end up covering that stuff, which we're pretty vigilant on making sure we don't have any claims. But and then when you get that reserves money back, like OCC, they pay it back. They pay your reserves. You can request them twice a month, but it's a $2 fee every time you get that money. Like on a $3,000 load, factoring versus not factoring. If you don't factor a $3,000 load, you're gaining like $80, or it might be like just a hair over $80, and that's just on the fee and the 2.5%. If you look at it from the other standpoint with the 7.5%, and because they're tying your 7.5% up plus that $2 fee. Yeah, you're better off not factoring if you can get away with it. like in this case here, you know, the 2.5, we're saving $80 a load, a little over $80 a load, on our Texas runs. But the only loads we factor now are the loads that are coming back into our area to get our next load. So whenever and wherever you can, go ahead and get a direct haul, and don't look at it from a load to load basis. Look at it on a long-term basis, like the one load, and don't be afraid to try these different companies. We get called all the time on our direct haul, wanting to give us the same load all the time. You know, and if something happens, we turn around, you know, we got to go in the shop. Like this week here, we got back in last week. We didn't haul last week's run because we was going in the shop. And then, like, I'm still sitting here. So I got in like on Thursday. Truck went in the shop. Trailer went in the shop. Our other load, our other one, like I said, we was having to set for too many days every single load. So we'd set on this end for a couple days. And then and then a lot of times they were wanting to send us to areas that weren't very good or we weren't familiar with, so we'd have to set 1 or 2 days over there. So you're setting 4 days every run, you know, or close to it, you know, or you run the risk of setting that long. So we stopped using them. We're still in there if we want to grab an extra trailer and throw in there and try them out again, but. Yeah, don't be afraid to go in and get that freight. You know, if it don't work out, it don't work out. But while you're there and you're working like the one we're doing now, it's working out for us and it's working out for the shipper. And we do our best. We take care of the office. We take care of the dock. You know, the shipping area. We make sure that we make every aspect of these people happy. You know, and it's not just on the front side. We take care of the back side. Our receiver. We know exactly what they want, how they like it. And we adhere to what they want. Everybody's happy. Because what you really need to understand is the guy that gave you that load is not the guy you deal with. If you keep them guys on that dock area happy, because what these guys say down here goes right straight up to these guys. If you keep the office happy and you keep these guys happy, they're going to keep using you. For example, we load on Saturday. Normally we load on Sunday for a Tuesday delivery, but this time around we're going to be loading on a Saturday. So I show up there on Friday night. You know, this shipper allows you to park on their property. So we go up, get our 10-hour break. I show up there early and I show up at our receiver early. And I do that for a couple different reasons. One, I make them happy because my load gets loaded and they don't have to worry about me no more. Because those weekend guys, they don't want to be there any longer than necessary. So, boom, they got that load done and out. They don't have to worry about it no more. And then on top of that, now, while I'm sitting right there, I know exactly how far I can get. And I got regular stopping. You know, I can stop down in Oklahoma, and then the next one, boom, I'm sitting at the receiver. And then I can get a 10-hour break right there at the receiver. So when she's got me that load, boom, I'm running again. You know, so everybody's happy, money's still flowing, and we're not setting unnecessarily. Because if you get unloaded and now you're setting and you don't have a load, you're not making any money. You're not being productive. So, and that's a lot of the reason we wasn't using the original direct haul anymore. We're losing too much money. We was making decent money on the runs, but because of the time we're setting, if you take the total amount and you average it by the total amount of days on the front side and the back side, you're actually losing money. And then on top of that, if you want to take those couple days that you sat on the back side of that run and add it to the amount of days on your next run, a lot of times, because it's a backhaul, you're not making as much money. So hell, now your average on your backside on your backhaul is even less. So, well, this damn video started off as a anniversary video and turned out to into something else. What the hell? We've had maintenance issues. Boy, we've dumped out a bunch of money in the last 5 months. They call them rocker box gaskets. I call it the damn head gaskets. On the DD15, they changed that and those, some lines, the def heater lines, I guess is what they call them. They changed them and everything. Heck, and there was something else they done. Oh, they done the overhead and stuff like that. And I think they done my service. I can't remember. They done something else, but it was over $4,000, that one there. And I get it out of the shop, and holy moly, I was running my windshield wiper fluid, and there wasn't nothing coming out. So when I stopped, I got me some fluid and I dumped in there. And next morning I woke up and I seen it was all blue right there on the ground on that passenger side, and I was like, God dang it. And I hadn't picked the hood up yet, so I went ahead and picked the hood up, checked the oil and antifreeze and everything, and checked out that reservoir over there for the windshield fluid. And sure enough, on that fairing on the underside of that, you know, that for that tire there was some frozen washer fluid on that inner fender there. So I quit hitting the button there. I didn't want to burn my motor up. Evidently, I'd already burned it up. But anyway, I figured when I went in, because I was going to have some work done anyway in a week or two, so we went ahead and I held off on taking it into the shop. And a few weeks later, a few weeks later, my tires were getting pretty low on the rear axle. So I took that into Pomp's Tire there, and come find out, when I brought the guy out, we was coming out and we was going to go over to their shop in their storage area and look at some tires they had. And oh boy, they had some splits in my front tires, about yay big, and them tires are probably, they was some Chinese brand tires. I can't remember the brand, but they's 3 years old. So I just told them hell with it. I kept one good one for my tire rack, and then we put 8 news on there, and what the hell was it? Little woman got me a load. I took off. I got up there up north of Waterloo, and it was getting kind of foggy and everything. Wasn't too bad. Got up there, got my load, and I started heading back south. The temperature dropped way low. Outside of my windshield started fogging up. So the outside was freezing up, and the inside was fogging up, and so I turned my defrosters on. As soon as that hot air hit that windshield, boy, I could just hear it crack. From the top left corner all the way to the bottom, it was a 2-piece windshield. Oh my Lord. And it was, that one was right after, well, no, the windshield happened right after Christmas. Just before Christmas, I was down there in Joplin, and I woke up in my, I'd been shutting my APU valves off because I had a little leak. So I got out in Joplin, shut my valves off, and next morning I got up, opened my hood, shut my valves off, topped off my antifreeze, sat there for a little bit, make sure everything's all warmed up, took off, boom, all bells and whistles went off. I got about 7 miles away and the damn antifreeze is low again. I figured it belched, so I dumped some in, but I seen it was leaking. I had to take her into the shop. Took me all damn day. So they changed my radiator, so that was another $3,000 something. And got home for Christmas, and then that windshield thing happened, that crack. Well, nobody was open when I was going to leave, so I ran it all the way to Texas, got my windshield changed after I unloaded, Or no, I got it the night before I unloaded. Yeah, that was it. Got her unloaded or changed out. So now this trip, when I go down, because when I was coming back, it started raining a little bit. Not that heavy Texas rain, just kind of drizzling a little bit. Well, right over there by the center divider there, about 3 inches in, it was leaking. So not bad, but it was still leaking. But I get up there north of Durant, Oklahoma on 69 there. Got my window down about halfway. Just north of the casino there. And had my window down about halfway. I was probably doing this here. There was a car sitting in the middle in the grass. There was those wires, those guardrails to keep cars from coming across the interstate highway. There was one guy standing it was a little gray car. One guy standing on the passenger side of the car and another guy standing on the driver's side of the car. Well, the guy on the passenger side of the car threw something at the driver's side. Well, seconds after I seen that, my damn window, my driver's window, it was halfway down, just shattered, just blew up. And my Heidi dog, she went nuts. She's running around barking and growling and shit. And there's glass everywhere. I called 911. Well, as soon as it happened, good thing there wasn't anybody on the shoulder or nothing, shit. And I looked in my mirror and they jumped in their car and started taking off. And there wasn't much room on the shoulder, so I said, hell with this. I seen there was a ramp up ahead, so I pull off there. I'd already called 911, and they sent a cop out. And I got to thinking, they don't catch them guys, so they pay for it. I'm not going to turn it into my insurance because my deductible, I'm pretty sure it's about $1,000. And I pretty much in my head, I kind of figured, well, that's probably going to be about $500. And it's like, ain't no sense in turning that shit into insurance. Hell, well, jack your damn rates up for no damn reason. Well, there's a reason, but they weren't going to help you. So cops came and everything, and I vacuumed it up, make sure that damn dog didn't get into any of that glass. And ended up having to drive all the way up to in that damn rain and mist and colder and shit. Got up there to Joplin, and thank God they had a window. They put it in, and once they got it put in, I just said hell with it. I went up there. What is it? Lamar, Missouri. I just went up to Lamar, Missouri and put her to bed. I had all kinds of time to get where I was going. So I said, hell with it. I just went up there and put her to bed till morning. And then I get up here, get home, and I think I hauled another load after the new year. Yeah, I hauled another load because I was needing a service on the truck. I put the damn truck in, and the trailer, the ABS, that whole trip up there, the damn trailer ABS, it was on, the light was on more and it was off. I hate that damn ABS shit. But I get up there and I kind of figure it might have been that back axle brakes. They was legal, but they was kind of lower. I figured, well, maybe that's got something to do with it. So I dropped the trailer off over at Jim Hawk and told him to put new brakes. And one of my hubs was kind of the style of hubs I got. They aren't oil; they're grease. So they got grease in those bearings. So I told him to slap me on a new hubcap on it. A couple years ago, that ABS light, I kind of jerry-rigged it because it quit working. There wasn't a lot of wire on there, and then the light that I had to get from the truck stop, it wasn't the one that was supposed to be there. So all I could really do is twist the wire on there and put some black tape on it. So I figure, well, it's either, maybe it's that, or maybe the that light or something, you know, the light or the brakes that are making it do this. But yeah, then I had him go ahead and grease the trailer. And what else? Oh, and I did the service on the truck. Had to put brakes on the back axle of that because it was right at or a hair under legal. I knew my brakes were getting kind of low on the truck, but the original guy said, "Oh, it'll last till next service." But the tech got in there and actually measured them, and they were actually a little lower than what we thought. But put the new reservoir on it and everything. Got the service done. What else? Oh, and then the heater. The heater quit working on me. Whew. Boy, hell, it's cold. And I don't like idling these trucks with these new emissions. You screw too much shit up with that damn idling. I don't care if you idle the damn things up or not. You idle these new motors too much and you're asking for trouble. But so by the time it was all said and done, we with the head job all the way to this here, they ended up the antifreeze leak on the APU. It turned out being the water pump, but we had a warranty deal on that, so they didn't charge us for putting a new water pump, except for the labor. We put a new belt. Last year I put a new heater in, drop-in heater. I bought it and I put it in. Well, wife bought it for me and brought it to me, and I put it in myself, and they serviced it. It's working. But the last 4 months we probably dumped about $12,000 into that damn truck. Good thing we don't owe anything on it anymore. So, well, this video is kind of longer. If anybody is still watching this video from the beginning, thanks for showing up and watching it, listening to me ramble. Another year down. A little bit over a year that I've been doing these videos. You guys have a good one. Thanks for watching. And as usual, by God, like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe, by God. You guys have a good day.